This is The Process Shot. I'm Michael. I'm stuck in a haunted movie theater, and thankfully I get to close the year out on a high note after all. The Last Duel is a historical drama from Ridley Scott set in medieval France and looks at three very different perspectives of the events leading up to the titular duel. It starts with Jean, a soldier and later knight, who seeks to make a name for himself despite the many hardships he faces. Follows up with Jacques, a squire whose loyalty to the Count Pierre comes before his friendship with Jean. And finally, Marguerite, Jean's wife, the object of Jacques' affection, and the victim of a terrible assault. The three chapters of the film show the different tones and perspectives of the events as the three characters perceive them. But, in the end, there can be only one actual truth to what occurred. The story being cut and structured in this manner makes for a very compelling experience, retelling one story 3 times over, but making these retellings feel new. This is mostly accomplished in what is actually shown or even heard in one chapter compared to the others. Each character, naturally, is experiencing the story without any idea of what the other two are seeing or saying, and each chapter is fully from their point of view, never allowing another character to have a say until it's their turn. It's a storytelling choice that cements the film's themes of perspective and truth, not only in terms of a complete story requiring multiple perspectives, but the way in which our own egos and beliefs can alter our memories of events, even if we were right there in the middle of the action. It becomes clear that Jean and Jacques have their own interests at heart, disregarding Marguerite almost entirely, and making the central conflict about their own rivalry. The second half of the film follows Marguerite as she becomes a victim beyond the assault and within society, questioned by friends, officials, and even her husband. It lends the film an additional layer of contemporary theming, showing just how little things have changed over the years. It may be a bit on the nose in that regard, but it hardly takes away from the story, which as a whole pushes you to stay attentive as details change and the complete story is formed. The details in The Last Duel are more or less at the behest of its technical and stylistic choices, and it's especially through editing that this comes through. The film repeats key scenes and sequences across various chapters, and through the choices in what is shown to the audience or is ignored by the characters, we can see events in 2 completely different contexts. In a few cases, alternate takes are chosen that outright present 2 versions of events, similar in content but different in motivation and tone, further showing how a person's perception of themselves can and will differ from how others see them. The other technical aspects of the film are very well handled, from the natural color palette that still offers a clear difference between luxurious and lower to middle class locations, to cinematography that captures the medieval landscape in great detail, from wide shots of kingdoms and the countryside, to tighter shots of interior settings and the bustling life within. Effects work is also pretty impressive in the film's action scenes, showing the absolute carnage that would horrify people these days, but was all too normal then. Of course, the story says enough about the similarities and differences between then and now, and in the end, the film is a scathing look at a modern issue through a historical lens, with a great manipulation of the artistic medium to get its point across. The Last Duel, Ridley Scott, 2021. 4.5 stars. I definitely recommend seeing it. Anyways, that's it for me. If you like this review, leave a like. If you have something to add, leave a comment. As always, subscribe to the channel for more reviews. It would be nice to see more movies that play with perspective and memory like this. I just hope that they're good movies.